Hey guys, it's Cream, aka Miss Cream of the Crop. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cream. I'm really excited to introduce you guys to my guest, Tiara Cross. She is the owner of Passion Project, which is health and wellness and also holistic. So there's two sides to it. And you guys know that I'm all about Black Girl Magic, and she is a Black woman business owner like myself. So it's all about Black Girl Magic over here. So I can't wait to introduce you guys. We're going to be talking about mental wellness, health, and a few other things. So I'm really excited about that because you guys know I'm all about mental wellness. I'm all about self-love. And you guys also know I'm going to ask my favorite question: what does women empowerment mean to you? And we're never, ever, ever going to stop talking about women empowerment. So let me go ahead and bring Tiara on the line. Tiara, how are you this evening?
I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
I am awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of Conversations with Cream.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for your audience for tuning in.
Oh, you're more than welcome. So let's get right into the Passion Project. So tell us, first of all, before we get into how you got started and why you got started, before we get into the how and the why, tell us a little bit about you. Who is Tiara?
So I am a mental health and substance abuse counselor. It's something that I figured out that I wanted to do about my junior year of college. So I just switched it up, changed my major. It was just something that was calling me to the mental health field. I am a lover of travel. I'm a big sister. I'm a daughter. Um, I am a woman who likes to uplift other women. I'm definitely fun. Just ask about me. I'm really fun. And I absolutely love what I do.
Yes, that's the most important part of anything is loving what you do. And I think over the past 2.5 years, that's something that the world has figured out, that it's okay to love what you do. Because for the longest time, most people were like, well, that's all a part of going to work. You hate your job, you hate Mondays, and you wait for Fridays, and you enjoy the weekends. But I think most people have realized that loving what you do is all a part of self-care, and it's okay to actually go to work and love it. So when did you, or what was it that made you said you realized that this was something that you were passionate about, and you changed and switched gears and pivoted into this, your junior year of high school? Like, what was it that made you realize that this is something that you wanted to do and you were passionate about?
Well, I was taking the classes and I was really learning about um, the human mind and how we perceive things, how trauma impacts us. Because psychology was my minor in my undergrad. So just really getting a chance to take some of those psychology classes, it was kind of like it set me on fire. It's like from the first class to the fifth class, I loved every minute of it. And then I realized I loved my minor classes way more than I loved my major classes. So at that point, I was like, I think it's time to make a change.
Yes.
And then the jobs that I've gotten since I've been licensed, it's just been very rewarding. And I love working with an underserved population because I feel like sometimes people get left behind, sometimes people slip through the cracks. So I want to be the person that can give them that hand up. I want to be the person that they work with and provide those interventions and resources, kind of like a one-stop shop in a lot of the jobs that I've had.
So when you did this pivot during your junior year, were you looking for internships, or did you just jump right in with your 2 feet and said, I'm all in, this is what I'm going to do, let me start my own practice? How did you get into this field while you were pivoting in college? I said high school, but it was college.
I definitely just jumped in with both feet. I didn't particularly look for an internship. I just decided this is it. This is what I want to do. Now, of course, I did have internships when I was getting my master's degree. That's part of the requirement, and also it helps you grow so much and you learn so much. And I am so thankful that I had great teachers at my internships. But Passion Project, that actually was birthed through the pandemic.
Wow.
I was working at a hospital and the census was really low. So they had laid me off for about 4 weeks. And during that 4 weeks, I had a break to just kind of like decompress, rest, relax, and really think about moving forward. What is it that I want to do? Where do I want to go with this? Because I had some free time that honestly, I don't think I've ever had a month off since I started working. Just a straight month of, hey, I just wake up when I want to. I just relax
Exactly.
and dream. So that was how I decided, you know what? It's time for me to step out on my own and hang my shingle.
Yes, yes. And how important is it for us to have a mental wellness therapist that looks like us?
It is so important. I often meet people who say, I was skeptical to come to therapy. I felt like I wouldn't have someone who could relate to me, who wouldn't understand the slang or the vernacular I like to use. Like, I want to be able to make a joke and my therapist understand what I'm saying without having to go through a whole tutorial of this is what I actually meant.
Or just having your therapist totally misunderstand you, or just it just go right over their head and they're just staring at you like, and they're jotting down in the paper, and now you're having an anxiety attack on the inside like, oh my God, what are they writing on that paper? They
Yes,
misunderstood what I said. It was just a joke. I'm not coming back. I feel just all the things.
all
All
of
the
the
things.
I've had so many people who have expressed that to me, and they appreciate the fact that when I show up to sessions, I am authentically me.
Yes, and for those of you that are listening, because you guys know I do the audio first and the video later, Tierra has braids, okay? Tierra has braids. She is Black Girl Magic all the way. So thank you, first of all, for showing up and being present and looking just like our community. And as you said, during the pandemic, the Passion Project came for that. So one of the other things that I like to talk to people about, especially those of us that have been on go, what it seems like since birth, and the pandemic is the first time that some of us had a chance to just sit down and take a breather. How did you remain spiritually grounded during the pandemic, from being someone who was always on go to finally being able to sit down and actually dream, as you said, and come forward with a passion project? Like, how did you remain spiritually grounded during that time?
I absolutely loved my time off. I got a chance to get out in nature more. I took so many walks through the metro parks. I got a chance to catch some yoga classes that normally I would always miss because they were during the day. I
Hmm.
got a chance to connect with family, connect with friends. Like, yes, it was a pandemic, but I stayed within my circle of people, and I was still able to have that one-on-one time that a lot of times we miss out on because we're so busy, go, 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 and everyone has all these schedules that kind of look like puzzle pieces that you're trying to put together. But for once, we were able to just sit and be still. It was
Yeah.
nice to be still.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I know everyone's spiritual grounding looks different, but that's amazing. Just really, could you even imagine before now just really being too busy to just enjoy nature? Like that's just saying that out loud. It's just like, I can't believe I was too busy to enjoy nature. That's just unimaginable right now. So the Passion Project is not only just you as a therapist, a licensed therapist, but you also offer other services. So it's health and wellness, and also there's a holistic side to it. So explain to us the difference between both sides of the Passion Project.
Okay. So counseling is definitely something that's more structured. We're using specific interventions. It's often helpful if you are trying to move past some hurt, some fears, some resentments, trauma, dealing with some substance abuse, dealing with any sort of addictions, whether it be gambling, shopping, eating. Um, it definitely takes an evidence-based approach to helping you work through those problems and coming up with coping skills so hopefully you can continue to manage even outside of therapy. On the holistic side of things, I do some life coaching because not everyone needs therapy. Some people are just more so, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what direction I want to go in. I'm not sure what my dreams are, or I have a dream, but I have no idea the steps to take in between to get there. So I help people craft plans and take them step by step through that process. And that's part of the life coaching. I also am a Reiki practitioner. So through my energy, I help others balance their energies through their chakras, and I help them feel grounded. A lot of times clients will say they feel lighter, or they feel more relaxed, or they feel warm. Some say they feel tingly. Like it's definitely a unique experience for each client. But I do love the Reiki. It's kind of invigorating for me. Like after doing a couple sessions, I'll be tired just because my energy has been depleted, but it's invigorating to me because I see the calm, I see the serene look on my client's face, and they just feel so satisfied afterwards. So I'm like, yeah, I did that.
So you have two sides to the Passion Project that I know for a fact as a therapist, and on the holistic side, you use a lot of energy, whether it be listening to your clients or actually using your energy to make them feel better. What do you do to, for yourself, for your mental health? What do you do for your energy? Because you're giving a lot on both sides of your business. So who do you talk to, and what do you do to replenish your energy? Because you're giving a lot of yourself for your clients and for your brand.
I am a therapist who goes to therapy.
Okay.
I love my therapist. I make sure I see him once a month. And that definitely helps me just manage any sort of anxiety or anything that I may take on from other people. I love therapy. Like I think sometimes it's a misconception that you have to have something wrong to go to therapy. It's kind of just like maintenance for some people. So I consider it to be my mental health maintenance. Yeah. I go get my teeth cleaned every 6 months, even if I don't have a cavity, even if nothing's hurting, I still go and I still, go through with my appointment. So we need maintenance on our brains too, and our heart, and our emotions.
Yeah, because you're absorbing a lot of energy from a lot of different people. And all the people that you do talk to, as you said, not everyone has issues, just some of them are coming in for their maintenance as well, and that's still energies that are coming into your circumference. So you're just like, hey, I have to go and release this energy as well. So let's talk about the why. I know during the pandemic you had time to sit and work and think about your dreams. So what made you say, I got it, I'm going to do this passion project? So why did you decide on starting the passion project?
I really thought to myself, when will I ever get this chance again? When will I have this free time to really get this business off the ground and give it the love and attention that it needs? And I was like, I took it as a sign. Like at first, a person like me who's used to just always go, 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 go. At first, I was kind of sitting there thinking like, wow, well, what am I going to do with this time off? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Yeah.
But then I started to really take it as a sign because I had been thinking about, starting to practice. It had been something that I kind of just kept at the back of my mind because I was like, realistically, when do I have time to research and look things up and start new systems? And I just thought about all of the time it would take, and I was like, well, I don't really have that time available. So once the time kind of fell in my lap, I was like, you know what? This is definitely a sign. I'm like, I hear you, universe. I'm going for it.
Yes. So, excuse me. Earlier, I was talking to someone that I've known for a while, and same thing with her during the pandemic. There were a lot of things that she wanted to start, but this was the time where she had time. And we were saying that this year for women, it seems like this was our year of why not. It was a year for us to say, why not? Why not? Why not? So we were all starting basically our own passion projects for things that we were saying, okay, well, now why not? Why can't we start this? Why not start this? Why not do this? So it sounds like your passion project was your why not, because now I have time.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yes, absolutely. So now you've established the fact that you are an expert. So you've gone to school, you've pivoted into this passion. Your minors became your majors. You jumped right in with both feet did your internship, started right into these practices. You got laid off during this pandemic of, I said that the pandemic is like one of the best, worst things that have happened to most of us. And you started your passion project. And not only do you have a passion and you have a project, but you turn it into a passion project and a business. And you have merch that you sell as well. Listen, you went into your your dream job with both feet. You jumped into it with both feet, and then you jumped into being an entrepreneur with both feet as well. Not only did you jump into your passion with both feet, but you jumped into merchandise and everything with both feet as well. So tell us about this merch that you have available for your clients and anyone else that's interested in extending the services or their mental wellness beyond sitting down and talking to their therapist. Tell us all about the merchandise that you offer.
For all of my crystal loving friends, I have crystals available in office. I don't often sell them online only because they're different sizes, different shapes. I like people to be able to actually touch them, feel them, and pick the ones that really call to them.
Mm-hmm.
But available online, I have sage candles. They come in eucalyptus. They come in lavender. I mean, they actually have like dried sage on the top and sea salt. They smell amazing. They're super relaxing. I create essential oil blends. I have two different ones. One is more for like stress and headache. The other is just for relaxation. Most
Mm-hmm.
people like to use it at bedtime, or if they're going to take an afternoon nap, it helps just kind of calm you down and relax. I'm going to be adding moon water to the site. Moon water is something that you can mist your area, you can mist yourself. I set intentions for my moon water, so it'll be in the description like, okay, so this batch of moon water is for relaxation, de-stressing, positive attitude. Uh, Another description might say, this intention was set for financial wellness, health, peace. So it kind of just depends on what intentions I set, but you'll know which one you're purchasing via the description. Those should be available next week.
I
I
have. Oh, go ahead, because
just like I
you
also
were
have.
triggering some thoughts in my mind. My marketing mind was like, wait a minute, because I got some ideas. Keep going, because I'm not going to forget.
I also sell sage. That's something that I always have. I create spiritual baths. So I will mix the herbs, I will mix the essential oils, and I have two right now. One, again, is for like renewal, just kind of shaking off any of the negative energy and just coming into a new positive space. The second one that I have is also for de-stressing. Like, I'm all about de-stress. I'm going to always have something that promotes de-stressing.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I my marketing mind. You know what? Listen, people that are listening, I'm not going to even let you know what I'm not going to even tell you the idea that I'm going to give her. I'm going to give this to her offline because we don't want you guys to know yet. We're going to let it be a surprise. So I'm going to tell her outside of our conversation. And if she's ready, when she's ready, it's not going to be an if because I think she's going to like this. When she's ready to tell you guys, then she'll tell you guys. I'll talk to her about this offline, but I want to call you the all-inclusive therapist. That's what I want to call you because you have all of these amazing aspects about you, not just sit down, let's talk about it, and then I'll see you next week. You have all these different aspects about you, and I love that because a lot of times people still to this day, even though we've been very open in our community and we've been very open on social media lately, especially since the pandemic, about talking about the importance of mental health, wellness, and therapy and how important our mental health is. We've been very open in talking about that, but I think there's still somewhat of a stigma behind it. And I think that it's really amazing that you have all of these different aspects to the Passion Project and saying, hey, here's a way that the Passion Project can help you over here. If that doesn't fit your needs, we have this over here, we have this over here. So there's different stigmas that you're fighting or ending with different a part of the passion project is different stigmas that you're fighting against. Like, okay, if you're not into crystals, we have this over here. If you don't really understand Reiki, we have this over here. We can sit down, we can have a conversation. So I really see where the project part of the passion is coming in on the passion project business. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. I love it. So speaking of being all-inclusive, the all-inclusive therapist, I know that the event that you're vending at right now is sold out, but we still want to let everyone know that you're going to be there just in case someone that's listening and or watching has already purchased a ticket. We want them to head over to your table and they know, like, hey, I heard you on Cream's podcast or I saw you on YouTube. We want them to head over to your table. So tell them about the event that you're going to be vending at that's coming up.
Absolutely. So I will be vending at the Pretty Stoners Brunch. That'll be happening on March 19th. The location is a private location. It was only given out to ticket holders, but it's going to be a very good time. It was a women's only event. Sorry, fellas, we'll catch you next time. But it'll be a brunch. It'll be unlimited mimosas. It'll be a paint, kind of like a paint and sip situation mixed with a brunch. But it is stoner friendly. So you are welcome to come. You're welcome to roll up and do your thing. There will be vendors there available with all sorts of merchandise. There will be people there with clothing items, edibles, body and like body lotions and different things like that, candles, waist beads, holistic like detox pills and teas and different things like that. So it will be a bunch of fun vendors, and all of the vendors are ladies as well. It is definitely a women empowerment situation.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So ladies, if any of you guys are listening to this before the 19th of March, make sure you look for Tiara and her passion project table and go over there and spend some money, okay? Listen, we're all about mental health and wellness. We're all about loving each other and all of that, but we're also about our coins. We're about our coins because, listen, we got to fund the passion so that the passion and the project can be a passion project, okay?
Absolutely.
So speaking of women and women empowerment and supporting women, I always ask this, but before I ask you about our women and women empowerment, I have to ask you about self-love. So what does self-love mean to you? Because you talked about that during your time off during the pandemic, and you were talking about getting back into nature and doing all the things that you missed doing that you hadn't had time to do before. So tell us why self-love is so important to you.
For me, self-love is me showing up and being unapologetically me and really honoring things that bring me peace, things that bring me joy, and making sure that I am carving out time for those things. The pandemic definitely helped give me something that I was missing. I wasn't prioritizing the things I love. Like, granted, I love my work and I love my job, but there are multiple things that I love. And I wasn't necessarily having such a great work-life balance. It was more so work, 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 life, and then work, work, work some more. So I definitely kicked my self-love up a notch with that time that I had to really regroup and process, hey, it's okay to take some time off. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to spend time with family and do fun things for yourself and have some spa days. So for me, self-love is really honoring who I am and what I enjoy and making sure that I am making time for those things.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So tell me what women empowerment means to you. We've been talking about women events. We've been talking about just us supporting each other, Black Girl Magic, the braids, everything, and showing up as yourself as a therapist, as someone who does holistic practices. So what does women empowerment mean to you?
It means giving the next person a hand up. And you don't have to be rich or influencer to empower other women. Literally just being there for someone in a time of need. If I have a resource, I'm going to share it. I have the mindset of what's meant for me is meant for me. It will not miss me. It will not pass me. If I have some knowledge or if I have some tools or something that can help the next person, I have no problem sharing. I don't feel like I have to keep connections or keep tools or keep information to myself for fear of missing out. I'm going to spread it to whoever may need it. Women empowerment to me is being a listening ear when someone just may need some advice or they just may need a vent. They just maybe had a terrible day that day. Women empowerment is other women coming together with you to create something grand. You know, whether it's to put on a program or to come together as a team at work and crank out a project. It's just being genuinely kind to other women.
Yes, I love it. Absolutely. If you're listening to this or you're watching this on YouTube and you don't feel like Tierra knows exactly who she is, what she wants, and that she's an expert in her field, excuse me, I don't know what conversation you've been tuned into, and I don't know what video you've been watching, but she definitely is passionate about her passion project. She's passionate about her field. She's an expert, and I need some moon water. I don't know about you guys, but I need some moon water, number one. And I definitely have to get some crystals. But thank you so much for Tierra for having this conversation with me and sitting down and telling us more about your passions, your passion projects, and giving us more information about all the things that are Tierra. I really appreciate you for being my guest on this episode of Conversations with Cream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful for you taking time out of your day to do this.
The pleasure was all mine. I was ecstatic when you extended the invitation, and I'm so happy I took you up on your offer.
Yes, the all-inclusive therapist, Tierra Cross of the Passion Project. Thank you so much. And you guys, thank you so much for being tuned in. And as I said, you want to go ahead and support Tierra and the Passion Project. Can you please give them all the information? Listen, Tierra's booked and busy. I don't know if you can get in with her, but if you are so blessed to do so, I'm going to have her give you her information. Now listen, don't send me hate mail or hate DMs if you can't get in with her. And she might refer you to someone else. Now I'm going to have her give you her information. And if you can't get in there, don't say Cream didn't tell you. So Tierra, can you please give them your information to how they can support you with your merch? But if you have any openings, give them that information as well.
Absolutely. So my website is definitely a one-stop shop. You're able to get in contact with me. You're able to peruse the site for the merchandise. You're able to get an idea of the pricing of the life coaching, the Reiki sessions, and the therapy sessions. My website is passionprojecthw.com. And literally, if you go on there, you'll find everything you need. Now, if you're a person that likes to email, you can always email me. It's my first name, Tierra, Tiera, at passionprojecthw.com. Those are the best ways to either get in contact with me or access anything that you want to take a look at on the site.
Thank you so much. So make sure you guys do exactly as she says. And as I said, if you can't get in for a session, do not send me hate emails. She's booked, she's busy, and she's amazing. Thank you guys so much for being tuned into this episode. This is Cream, a.k.a. Miss Cream of the Crop. You guys have been tuned into Conversations with Cream with my guest, Tierra. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day.